This video will discuss about the endocrine glands. So we know what are endocrine glands. They are the glands that are ductless. They don't have any ducts. They pour their secretion directly into the blood. So here we have drawn a rough diagram of the human body, and we have drawn some of the endocrine glands. Let's label each one of them. So here in the brain region, here we have the pineal gland. Pineal gland. These are all endocrine glands. They don't have any ducts. Then here we have pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. This is the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland. And these small glands that we see inside the thyroid gland, these little dots, these glands are the parathyroid glands. This is the thymus. The thymus gland. And then this is the pancreas. And we know that pancreas is a heterocrine gland. What is heterocrine gland? Heterocrine gland is a gland that is a mix of both endocrine as well as exocrine. So pancreas has two parts. That is, there is islets of Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans. And then we have actinal cells. Islets of Langerhans is what we call as the endocrine part. This is what we are focusing on here in this video. This is about endocrine glands. This is the endocrine part, islets of Langerhans. So this is the ducts that we have, the pancreatic ducts, and this pancreas, the endocrine part of pancreas is the islets of Langerhans. These are kidneys, and on top of kidneys we have this adrenal gland. These adrenal glands are also known as suprarenal glands. Why? Because kidney is something related to renal, so renal is something related to kidneys, and because they are above kidneys, they are known as suprarenal. Then we have these ovaries. These ovaries and testes, they are the heterocrine glands. In females there is ovaries, and in males there is testes. So somewhat like this. These are testes in males. These are in females. So these are all the endocrine glands that we have. That is, we have the pineal gland, pituitary gland, the thyroid gland near the neck region, and inside we have the parathyroid glands inside the thyroid gland itself. And then we have the thymus, pancreas, we have islets of Langerhans and actinal cells, but islets of Langerhans is the endocrine part of the pancreas. And then we have adrenal glands on top of kidneys, or suprarenal glands, because they're above kidneys, so that's why they're known as suprarenal glands. And we have ovaries in females and testes in males. Now let's talk about what is the origin of these endocrine glands. First, let's see endodermal. So we know that there are three germ layers. That is, we have the endoderm, mesoderm, and ectoderm. So if an organism has three germ layers, then they are known as triploblastic. If they have just two layers, they are known as diploblastic. But here we know that humans are triploblastic. So we are talking about three germ layers: endodermal, mesodermal, and ectodermal. The endodermal, the glands or the endocrine glands which are of endodermal origin are thyroid, parathyroid. So thyroid and parathyroid are in the neck region here. We also have thymus in this region. So thyroid, parathyroid, and thymus. We also have pancreas, that is islets of Langerhans. This one, islets of Langerhans, is the endocrine part. So these are the different glands that we classify under endodermal in origin. So these 4 glands are in endodermal in origin. Next, let's talk about ectodermal. Let's talk about mesodermal first. Mesodermal. So mesodermal glands which are of mesoderm origin are ovaries and testis. So ovaries is present in females and testis is present in the males. So these 2 glands are of mesodermal in origin. Next, ectodermal in origin. The glands which are of ectodermal in origin are the pineal gland, here, which is in the brain region, pineal gland, and we also have hypothalamus. So hypothalamus we haven't labeled here, but hypothalamus is also an endocrine gland. It is, so we talked about hypothalamus in nervous system, that is neural control and coordination chapter, and we're also discussing in the chapter of chemical coordination and integration. So we consider hypothalamus as the connecting link between the nervous system and the endocrine system. So hypothalamus is also an endocrine gland which is also present in the brain region itself. So these are the things that we consider when we talk about the origin of these glands: endodermal, mesodermal and ectodermal. Endodermal, we have thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pancreas. These 4 glands, these 4 endocrine glands are of endodermal in origin. Ovaries and testes, these are in mesodermal in origin. Pineal gland and hypothalamus are ectodermal in origin. Now here we missed out 2 important glands, that is the adrenal gland and the pituitary gland. So if we take pituitary gland, so these glands are actually, they are not like, they don't have endodermal, mesodermal, ectodermal. They are mix of 2 different origins. If you take pituitary gland as an example, the pituitary gland has 3 parts. There is an anterior lobe, there is a middle lobe, and there is a posterior lobe. So when we normally talk about pituitary gland, we talk about these 3 lobes, these 3 areas: anterior lobe, middle lobe as well as posterior lobe. Now the anterior lobe is endodermal in origin. This anterior lobe is actually endodermal in origin. These 2, middle lobe and posterior lobe, these are ectodermal in origin. Ectodermal in origin. Endodermal in origin and ectodermal in origin. Now, that's why pituitary gland is a mix of endodermal and ectodermal. Both origins are there. That's why pituitary gland is also called as endodermal in origin. So it is a mix, right? That's why ectoendodermal in origin. This is about pituitary gland. Now let's talk about the adrenal gland. The adrenal gland is a mix of 2 things: the adrenal cortex, we have adrenal cortex, and we have the adrenal medulla. Now the adrenal cortex is of mesodermal in origin. Medulla is of ectodermal in origin. That's why we also call adrenal gland as ectomesodermal in origin. Ectomesodermal in origin. So pituitary gland is endodermal in origin. The adrenal gland is ectomesodermal in origin. So here we discussed about the different origins of each endocrine gland. So again, endodermal in origin are thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pancreas, as well as the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland has some portion of, so here we told it has endodermal and ectodermal. In endodermal we can classify pituitary gland as well, but it just has some portion of the endodermal gland. So here we have anterior lobe, middle lobe and posterior lobe. Anterior lobe is of endodermal in origin, middle lobe and posterior lobe is of ectodermal in origin. So for the mesodermal in origin, here we talk about ovaries, testis, as well as the adrenal gland. So this adrenal gland, so it just has some portion of the mesodermal in origin. Ectodermal in origin are pineal gland, hypothalamus, pituitary gland and adrenal gland. Why are we taking both of them? Because here as well, if you see here, pituitary gland has some portion of ectodermal and adrenal gland has some portion of ectodermal as well. So that's why this is how we classify different glands under on the basis of their origin, if it's endoderm, mesoderm or ectoderm. So in this video we discussed about the endocrine glands, where they are located, so the location of these endocrine glands, as well as we talked about their origins.